Hi everyone and welcome back to the Pixel Forge podcast, episode 26.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
Time's flying though.
Yeah, I know.
These
26,
yeah.
you know.
I feel like yesterday we just did the first one here.
Yeah, yeah.
At my house.
I would think about that. Anyway.
Yes. I'm one of your hosts, Sean. I'm my other co-host, Josh.
What's up?
And every week we go through everything from our businesses to the world of gaming and the world of tabletop and Warhammer stuff as well. So, yeah, it's been a crazy couple of weeks, and especially like last week as well. In the gaming stuff as well, a lot of stuff happened, like directs, loads of things, and obviously from Warhammer side as well, a lot of massive news and announcements as well. Yeah. So, let's just dive in, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, actually, do you want to just discuss your business stuff first?
Yeah, I've got a little bit I'll talk about. So,
I've got nothing this week, actually.
No, if you're not, no.
Okay,
so all right, yeah. So the commission project for Brush Liquor Club, I have officially completed. It's done.
It's done.
It's finished.
The beast.
That took ages.
Yes.
It's massive. Sean's seen it. Once I've sent it to Brush Liquor and we've discussed like all the other detail, whatever, I'll talk about it. I'm sure I've said it what it is already anyway, but I'll save it to give it a bit of a reveal because I'll get some pictures taken and stuff like that. And I'm still working on the Christmas boxes for Brick Lane. I think I've got a good idea. I just need to go get the boxes really, more than anything else. And then I've almost finished the revamp of the stock for the website, which I think I said before. I'm going to treat it as like a soft relaunch, just because I think it just needed a bit of a revamp, and I wanted to get all the stock and stuff on there and stuff as well. But yeah, pretty much that's it, really.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've got nothing really at the moment. I'm the same as like, want to start doing stuff slowly as well, as I said before. Even obviously handing out some more leaflets the other day and stuff like this. So hopefully over time as well, start softly like relaunching myself as well again. Pictures up and stuff, and getting the website up. And the website's not even up yet at the moment. We redone it, but it's just not been open, not activated.
Right.
It's there, but we'll sort it out. Next couple of weeks as well, we'll get it up and running. But yeah, that's about it. But let's dive into some gaming. Let's get gaming news in first. Pretty excited. There's been a lot of stuff since last week. I know, obviously, our main question all the time: what are we playing first? What's your gaming?
Oh, what, this week?
Yeah, what you've been playing this week, or
what have I been? What was I playing? I've been playing Destiny again. Very strange. Playing Destiny again. It got towards the end of the Halloween event for Destiny, and the idea was already in my head. Like I was like, oh, maybe I'll jump on and play Halloween or whatever. And then Rich does wargaming from the hobby night on Thursdays. He was like, I used to play Destiny. He was like, he used to play Destiny quite a lot. He was like, I'd be up for playing. And then obviously we jumped on, and since then I've been on it near enough every day, and that's been a week or so now.
Yeah.
Like even to the point where like the season pass for the 100 ranks, I've almost finished it.
Bloody
in that time, and I think it's probably helped that there's been the Halloween event, and now it's moved into
that double XP stuff.
Yeah, right, and it's also moved into like an arms race event that's happening as well at the moment in the tower. So like I've hit 2 events, and like my light level's boosting up now. I'm getting closer to like the max light, and this has all been within a week, so been playing that. I don't know if I said it before. Bull X Pit, 100% did it. I got all the achievements.
Oh, you done it?
Yeah, 100% it, mate. Yeah. Did it, smashed it. That was a big grind. Thank God for the automatic one. That's all I'll say. There we are. But yeah, Bull X Pit was finished.
If that mode was not on there, that would be a grind.
I probably wouldn't have bothered.
Yeah,
it's only because it was like like the Enigma code that filled in. So there was that, and Arc Raiders, obviously, we've been playing a bit as well.
100%,
I'm still enjoying that. I will get back onto playing Battlefield soon. It's just... is what it is, ain't it?
Well, I've been holding up Battlefield 6.
Yeah, my guy, yeah.
Tell you that right now. I've been enjoying that. Couple bugs on, obviously, Battlefield at the moment. A lot of the challenges and stuff like this has not been tracking well. There's a few little bugs here and there. So I think this week, they addressed it and they said they will update the game, patches, and sort all that stuff out. Because people even buying stuff in the store, not getting their stuff activated properly, and
is it really?
This, that, and the other. So we'll get all that this week. It should be okay. What else have we been playing? Yeah, Arc Raiders, same. Really enjoying that as well. I've done, like I say, 1 or 2 solo ones, but obviously more time with you.
Yeah, I prefer it in the co-op anyway. I think it adds a bit of like I did a solo one this morning, like I said to you, but it was just like to check a video that I'd seen. But yeah, I think co-op's better.
Yeah. One more thing I've been playing, which is Mario Galaxy 1. Got my Switch back. Well, actually, my Switch has never left. It's just I need a new Joy-Con.
Joy-Cons that bounce.
Yeah, because my Joy-Con was broken, so I got a new one. And yeah, I've been enjoying Mario Galaxy again. So because I want to finish that, and obviously into Galaxy 2, I want to buy that eventually when I finish number 1 again. Even though I played them before back in the Wii and stuff like that, I did complete them and stuff like that, but I want to do them all again. I think because a simple reason, going into the next transition to the next topic, we had a little Nintendo Direct. Wasn't a usual one.
No.
It was the Mario Galaxy movie.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. It was a bit of a random Direct. I mean, Nintendo have done a few of them now. They're doing these like really like off-cut. Like they're like, because you're so used to these big Directs, they go, yeah, we're doing a Nintendo Direct about this film. They could have posted the video on YouTube.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, obviously, just getting obviously new voice actors for Rosalina and Bowser Jr. and stuff like that. The trailer looked incredible. Like, it looked absolutely
it looked cool. Yeah.
Amazing. Like, obviously, the Mad Max kind of like desert scene as well, and the bikes going through. Like, that's like obviously a little from Mario Odyssey
as well.
But it was really, really cool. And obviously now playing the Galaxy, like, I'm trying to gear myself up for that film, like when it comes out. So I don't want to be like not left out, but I just want to feel be in that kind of zone watching that film. But yeah, that was a great Direct. If you haven't seen it already, I mean, it's only like a few minutes. It felt like it was like 10 minutes long. Not even that.
Yeah, because there's some places it was like an hour long. And I was like, it wasn't that long. No. Because IGN are like sat there for 40 minutes going, oh yeah, let's talk about
guessing,
games.
Whatever, trying to do whatever they're trying to do. But yeah, it was only not even like 10 minutes long, not even that. But yeah, super fun. Go check it out if you haven't checked it out already. Trailers online. Going into another movie news, still sticking with Nintendo. Zelda. The Zelda live action film. I think it's a film.
I feel like I saw something about this.
Yeah, it's a film. The movie, live action movie, started filming. Yes, I think it was yesterday or the day before they started filming in New Zealand. We got a tease. Like, there's a video online showing Zelda and showing Link. So you got a glimpse at, I'm gonna say his name right, Bo Bragginson, and that's the guy. That's the woman that played Zelda. And then you had Benjamin Evan Ainsworth playing Link. He was completely in the green outfit as well, which is pretty cool. Right, it's set to come out in 2027. So we saw a little tease, and obviously we had the same tease this week as well from the Lego. They're doing a new Lego set, and it looks like it's going to be Ocarina of Time. So maybe it ties in with the movie. I don't know like what's going on, but because obviously if they're in the forest, like, it looks like they're in the forest part of doing stuff for the Zelda here, the movie. So we'll wait and see. But I'm excited to see how this turns out. I don't know if I'm ready for a live action one. I probably would have wanted an anime one first, like an animation.
Well, there is an animation, isn't there?
Is there one?
I don't know if it's a movie, but I've seen.
Is it a short or something? Or
I'll have a look. No, there definitely is an animation of Zelda, 100%.
Okay. I've not seen that then.
Yeah, if it's not a full thing. Oh no, I could be imagining. TV series apparently. Zelda comes to screens over a week, part of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
Oh, there was an old that was a long time.
1989, The Legend of Zelda full episodes.
Yeah,
okay, it's a TV show.
That was a long time. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was thinking of. Sorry, yes.
That's really old. Jesus Christ,
I don't know why I remember that.
Wasn't born yet. But yeah. Hopefully this turns out very well. We'll see.
Would you want it to be dark and gritty, or would you want it to be kind of that slightly whimsicalness that Zelda has in the games?
I don't want the whimsical. I want the dark and gritty.
Cool. Yeah, I thought so. I think it would suit that. Like, I think it would suit like a Lord of the Rings gritty.
Yeah.
That if it captured the vibe of Lord of the Rings, I think it'd be pretty good.
Because they were saying something about it's like it's almost given that kind of vibe, looking at the screen, the shots that we see, looking like Lord of the Rings type. So wait and see. Cool. Hopefully, And if they get Ganondorf in there, that'd be just even perfect.
Oh, that'd be sick, yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool as hell.
It's my guy.
Mm-mm.
We're going to stay with Nintendo. Even though this is nothing to do with that gaming stuff. Pokemon. They announced a new Pokemon park in Kanto, like in Japan. The first ever permanent outdoor Pokemon attraction as well. So it's split into, I think it's like 2 areas. It's 2 areas of the park. So you have a Sledge Town and the Pokemon Forest. So it's 2 separate areas. It looks pretty massive.
Sounds epic as well.
Yeah, obviously there's so much opportunities for like pictures with different Pokemon.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
There's gonna be different rides and stuff like that. But yeah, there's looks pretty cool.
Think of the merch.
It's just gonna be a lot.
It's gonna be like Disneyland type stuff, ain't it? You know, like
it's gonna be
crazy.
Absolutely insane.
Sounds like a trip for us.
I think it's I think it's for next year. Oh my god, I lost my notes there. It's coming for next year, yeah. I think starting on the 21st of December this year, there's gonna be like a ticket, like a lottery thing to get early access maybe to the park and stuff like that.
Is that only if you're in Japan, or is that just worldwide?
Japan only, yeah.
Yeah, I figured that. Damn it. Let's move to Japan just for this park thing and then come back.
But yeah, it looks pretty fun. I mean, the pictures are online as well. You see like a little trailer video of the park and stuff like that. So you can go check it out online as well. But it looks pretty fun.
That sounds cool.
If you haven't seen it already. Let's see what else we're going to. Oh, another bit of big news. Valve decided to do their own stuff, I guess. Do their own little thing on... Just randomly pop up in the afternoon, just like, what's going on here? So Valve, now, we have Steam Deck OLED. So we had the 2 Steam Deck devices. So now they've decided to add the Steam controller, which is basically taking the screen out of the OLED and stuff, the handhelds, and just squashing it together, and it's the controller. Basically, that's what it looks like. Then, on top of that, we have a Steam machine. Yes, our own dedicated little console. I guess PC console as well. It's a PC console. So that's that.
An Xbox.
This is an Xbox, yeah. They haven't ruled it out.
Yeah.
And obviously, the last bit of kit they had was a VR headset as well, which is a Steam frame.
Oh, I saw that.
So there's 3 bits of new kit, which is coming out next year, early 2026.
There was something funny about that Steam machine I saw as well.
What did you see?
So you probably already have it. When they were showing it off on the keyboard, you could see the Black Mesa logo. And for those that don't know, Black Mesa is the company that started in Half-Life.
Okay.
So that obviously people were like, it's weird that they would put the Black Mesa key on a keyboard. So now people are like, are we going to get Half-Life 3 with a console PC release?
A lot of people said that, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, that's pretty cool. It's an interesting Easter egg for Valve to include.
It looks cool, though. Like, it does look cool. Obviously, the size of it, they're saying is about the same size of a GameCube.
Wow,
just roughly about that size. Maybe, I'm not sure if it's slightly bigger than GameCube, slightly.
And what I like is I was looking for a machine that size as a PC. Remember, I was looking for a PC that was about that size anyway. So if this turns out to be just that it is just, like I said, it's a console, but it's a PC as well.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll invest.
It does all the 4K, 60 frames per second. Yeah. It does all that jazz. Obviously, with it, you can customize it to how you feel because it is a PC. So you customize it in a certain way that you want. It all adapts. Everything adapts to each other. So you can use a controller on that. You can use a controller on your Steam Deck. You can...
Sick, yeah.
Yeah, vice versa. Everything can play with each other, basically. Everything can adapt to.
Valve have been cooking in the dark.
Yes.
Very much.
But I think Xbox will go on there. I forget.
This machine is literally the precursor to what Xbox are doing. And again, I quickly reiterate my point from previous discussions about the Xbox when they said about, like having this console, the generation that's going to come is going to be a PC, which is they wanted for the last one, is that this is what Xbox want, and Steam are doing it, and people are lapping it up. But I guarantee you, if Xbox had done it already, they'd have absolutely kicked off.
Yes.
So I think Xbox is in an even better position from that point of view, from the hardware anyway, is in a better position because they can then release it, and then it almost monopolizes the market because you're going to be playing with whether Steam's good or whether the Xbox, whatever it becomes, is. And like, I think it's got, aside from all the brand stuff that we've talked about before, I think from the hardware point, I think it's actually good that Valve announced it before Xbox, if that is what Xbox go to do, which I think they will. So.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people, obviously, they don't speculate a price or anything like that. And I'm on the assumption, this is my opinion, I think it's going to be the same as the ROG Ally. I think it's about £800-900. I don't see it being any cheaper. People say it's going to be cheaper, but
it depends on the parts. I mean, a lot of the PC stuff, because you can get, think of the ROG, but think of the lower end ROG and the higher end.
Because if you're
ROG.
saying they're saying it's 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
That's going to be more powerful than the ROG Ally.
But what you can't forget is they say it's 6 times more powerful, but not because they've got the same processor and put 50 of them in. It's that processors, the tech's got better. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's, remember when I remember.
So it's going to be more.
Not necessarily, because I remember when the One X came out.
Yeah.
Right. And how
what was that one?
450.
Okay.
And then obviously the Series X is a bit more. But if you think about the quality comparison, like I didn't think. I didn't think you could beat the jump from an Xbox One to the One X. I didn't think that you could beat that jump. And then when I got the Series X and saw the jump from the One X, but all it is because the hardware got better, not because they've, as I said, exacerbating, but they've not packed 6 of the same thing into the machine to make, do you know what I mean? So it could go either way. It could, if they find components where it's cheap to manufacture the console, then yes, it can be cheaper. If they're putting the best parts in, and it's with a company that doesn't do it on the cheap, it's going to be dearer. So it will depend on what companies Valve partner with.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see it. How much?
So might, it'd be cool.
How much? Obviously, I know a lot of content creators, a lot of people, industry people have hands on already behind closed doors. They've done all videos and stuff like that, breakdowns. So yeah, hopefully soon. Obviously, we get a price. That's the main thing. People will know what the price is. Because it will set, I think that will definitely set the tone for the PS and the Xbox going forward, like that price of that machine, because that is like a PC.
The Xbox especially.
Yeah, especially Xbox. But that's like the next kind of big console, I guess, is coming out. So that's going to set the standard.
I guess a question to ask now that doesn't need to be answered until such a time is, will this knock the PlayStation out of running for any like best console or whatever, in terms of if the next two big hitters have physical PC gaming consoles, is there much room for a gaming console?
Yeah, because PlayStation are going to be behind the...
Because PlayStation aren't going to... They'll go down the PC console route once they're pressured by Xbox and...
How many games are on their PC now? It's about 3-4 games it is.
But that's what I'm saying. Like what does that do to the PlayStation itself? Because as a brand, it's going to have to adapt. Because you can't just release the PS6 and go, yeah, it's the same console, it's just a bit better. And I know people buy into convenience, and I understand. But
it's a lot of people.
But it's something to think about anyway. Next time we eventually see all that stuff.
Oh dear. On to my last bit of news here. Red Dead.
Oh yes.
Red Dead Redemption 1 is finally making its way over to the current gen consoles.
Before Red Dead 2.
Before Red Dead 2, exactly. I felt like that at the end there somewhere.
Yeah, you probably do. It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah. It's coming to all the new gen consoles, current gen consoles, sorry, and also across mobile and even Netflix as well.
Yes.
It's getting it as well. So that will be available on the 2nd of December as on PS5, Xbox Series XS, Switch 2 as well. And obviously on your Netflix, obviously with free subscription on Netflix as well. And on mobile. And
is it a free upgrade as well?
Yeah, free upgrade.
Sick.
Previous versions.
I still think Red Dead 1 is better than 2.
It's weird. People say the other way around, but I think I've never played either one of them. So this is, for me, this is like perfect now. Like I'm actually going to jump in on this.
It won't be the case, but I hope you don't get that experience like Jamelia did with Dead Space. I don't think you will.
I don't think I will.
But it being said, it's still different playing it at the time of its gen than later. But I don't think you will. But I hope you don't get any of that experience, because Red Dead was really, really good.
Yeah, because my friends at work, they always rave about it. They're saying, "Oh, you should play this, play this." I'm like, I own them. Like I've actually owned these games as well, but I've never played them.
I might even, I might even play it again.
And then like Latoya right now, she just bought Red Dead 2.
Mm-hmm.
She's playing it religiously right now.
Oh, really?
Literally religiously. That's why Call of Duty's been put on the back burner. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, Red Dead's just been she's just constantly playing that. Sometimes I go past the room and I'm just seeing like some crazy gunfights and her just on the trains and doing whatever. Like it's crazy. Like, I mean, the graphics are good on that now. Hopefully, like I say, they need to patch that and make it more current gen.
Yeah.
But it looks amazing. And I say this one, it's going to be free. It's going to have the new. It's going to be up, including the 60 frames per second. Sorry, it's going to have the HDR, all the enhanced imagery, image quality, 4K, everything like that. So it's going to be, even on Switch 2, you're going to have the mouse controls as well, course, which is cool. Something different to play on.
That'd be good for the aiming, to be fair.
Yeah, and all versions include the Zombies Undead Nightmare expansion.
I love that. It's that.
That was good. I remember playing that. That was super fun.
Undead Nightmare was wicked because it's open world zombies, and it worked. It just makes it. You go to a town, you see all the people shooting off the zombies. You rescue the town. You can start. It's sick.
I need to get that. I need to get back into that 100%. And it's all the content from the Game of the Year edition as well. So yes, there's a lot of content coming.
I think I've got most of the content anyway, so it'd be nice to just have it all.
Sure what I've got. I know I had most of it as well, but
I'll take it again.
But I'll be diving into that. I know last little bit, as I said, that was my last little bit, but one more quick thing. Call of Duty did come out. I will be talking about it more. Maybe not the next one, because we've got something planned for the next episode. The one after that, I'll let you know my reviews and how I feel about the game. Josh is giving that face right now.
Thank God we don't have time.
We don't have time right now. But yeah, that's all for me from the gaming side this week, guys. But yes, Josh, gonna dive into some
lots of
Warhammer spiciness. Yes.
You'll notice there's no 3 models.
Wait.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Actually, this is it. The coffee. Right, yeah. So the reason is I'm going to go through the coverage of the preview event that happened week gone.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it by now, myself and Rich Does Wargaming streamed it. So we live streamed it throughout. I miraculously managed to figure out how to get all the camera stuff to work through Discord. So me and Sean should be able to do some streaming through that avenue as well. I'm going to present the coverage as it is presented on the community website. So this is all on warhammercommunity.com. I think it's .com or .co.uk, whatever it is. So it's all on there. So you can go back, either listen to me, watch this. I'll put pictures in as and where I can, obviously, as well, for what I talk about. But it's all on the community website. So I'm going to go through all this. So, for example, I'll start with Titus, but Titus wasn't until the end of the stream.
Yeah. I'll just let you go, guys, as well. The stream is up on Twitch as well. So if you go back on our videos, you can see the full stream there. It's on our Twitch page as well. And
I'll be porting it to YouTube for... Although saying that, it automatically turned it into a video on demand on Twitch.
Oh, did it? That's crazy.
And I didn't select it.
That's crazy.
So it's there.
It might be an option you probably
maybe, yeah. But yeah, I'll put it on YouTube as well, obviously. I'm going to be doing a lot of editing this week anyway to get some gameplay stuff, because it's been a bit dry from our gaming stuff. But we got it there. It's all there. But yeah, so I'm going to present it as it is on the website. And yeah, so without further ado, I guess, the biggest thing for me, where I cried with, not cried, I shouted in joy, should I say,
yes,
was Titus and the 500 Worlds.
That was insane.
We finally got the narrative that we talked about. The 500 Worlds is going to be the new narrative. 500 Worlds being within Ultramar, which is the home world of the Ultramarines. Rubute Gilliman, who's the big Papa Smurf, that's their home, basically. And I guess it's what it means is Captain Titus was always was on tabletop anyway. Like, they released that model, but I guess this solidifies him as being part of the current universe. So before, where he's Space Marine 2 was part of the universe, his model that he had was just the one I have now, it's just it's Titus. He's actually getting a model that actually says he's part of the Warhammer 40k tabletop universe.
So clean,
it's gorgeous,
so clean.
Listen, when it started talking in the stream, I knew. I said it. I was like, "That's bloody Titus."
I didn't even know, and then I heard it, and I was like, I recognised it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I heard it straight away. I knew. As soon as I heard him speak, I was like, Titus, they're doing something with Titus. And yeah, so he's officially joined. He's now the captain of the second company once again. He was before, and I've got, I think, not next week, because we've got a special weapon next week again, but the week after, I've got a breakdown for the news. I'm actually going to break down the history of how Titus has become second captain again, which kind of touches on what happened to Akaran and Caron, I can't pronounce his name, from Space Marine 2, the two characters that are missing.
So if I played against Space Marine 2, would I know roughly what's happening to get to that point?
Yes.
Okay.
You'll know what happens up until the point where the secret level episode happens.
Okay.
And then there's now a gap between the secret episode level
and then there's 500 worlds.
And the 500 worlds, this thing they've announced.
Okay.
Which gets slightly bridged, as I said, with the previous captain, Acheron, the one that we saw in Space Marine 2 on the ship. Yeah. Obviously, stuff has happened. So there is a little bit of backstory for him and those characters, because obviously we also saw, I'll get to it with the Wardens of Ultramar, but we saw Uriel is the ancient,
yeah,
who was also slightly an arsehole in Space Marine. But anyway, we'll get to that. Yeah, so Titus is captain, second company. He's back. He looks absolutely phenomenal.
It's crazy.
The model is wicked. I love it.
Did you think it gave like a little space wolf like look? How it was?
Well, he's got the furs and stuff. So yeah, I guess.
Do you know what I mean? Because
yeah. He looks pretty grizzled, doesn't he? Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
If you had a full beard, that would have just been absolutely insane. Like I
guess a lot of them are quite, well, they're not all, but some of them are quite clean shaven. I guess just, anyway. So he now faces off against Necrosaur Amentar. Sorry if I'm butchering the names, I apologise. Who's a Necron Destroyer, which we saw the model for, and I think I'll get to him a little later. He's basically a Necron Lord who's returned, and he's threatening the stability of the 500 worlds of Ultramar.
Is that the skinny Necron?
No, it's the snake-looking one.
Snake, yeah.
Yeah, him. You know, the tall, massive one. Yeah. And it kind of sets the stage for the narrative. It's going to be, lots of ancient vendettas and planetary scale warfare and stuff like that. So for models, there's such potential. Such potential.
Doors wide open.
Do you know what I mean? And so, something to consider is that not only it bridges the gap between the video games, but it showcases the direction they want to go with Space Marine. And I guess it kind of solidifies, like with Space Marine 3, like gives us an idea of what they might be doing in Space Marine 3. And I know I think I talked about it last episode, where there was the potential that the character Carrion that's missing, we might play as him in the next game. That was a speculation. Okay. Trust me, we won't. So there's that as well. Yeah, trust me, we won't. But yeah, it's cool. I think it's cool. I like that they're bridging that universes across, and it's nice to see. But yeah, Captain Titus, big reveal. I was very excited to see him. Very cool.
Yes.
What then followed him, which was just as cool, was the Wardens of Ultramar. And this is like a command squad, basically. Okay. But this is his specific command team that he uses to help him orchestrate all of because he's in control of the entire second company. Yeah. It's not just a few regiments or a battalion. Like, he's in charge of everything, right? And each of them were specifically picked for their skill set and how much, their loyalty and all of that stuff, blah, blah, blah. In particular, Ancient Gadriel. So obviously we know Galadriel. I keep saying Galadriel because Gadriel, we know from Space Marine 2 as one of his squads. He was promoted on Titus's recommendation to become an ancient. So Titus actually formally suggested that he become an ancient, which is pretty cool. So I think that's a nice sort of bit of narrative that ties those two together, because he's obviously going to be a bit more like, I need to fight for Titus type thing, right? So there's that. And then you haven't seen the secret level episode, but in that you see Veteran Sergeant Matarius, who's also linked to Titus because he actually put Titus forward to be recruited into the Ultramarines when he saw him as a child.
Oh, wow.
So Matarius is quite old. He's really old Space Marine. But yeah, he recommended Titus be inducted into the Ultramarine. So the two close Space Marines that are close to him have really close connections to him as well, which I think is really nice for him as a character, just from a narrative point of view. I'm sure when they're playable, they'll be really cool as well, right? And then you have the smaller human squishy people as well. So you have Gaia Silvar, who oversees the defensive fleet, definitely managing tensions between all the crews and stuff like that. So that is the fleet commander, basically, he's got there, charge of fleets. We then have Amelia Minervas, who's the liaison between the human auxiliary legions. So a little bit of backstory to that. There's a lot of artwork and nods to, there's humans that basically specifically protect Ultramar.
Yeah.
And from the footage I've seen and the picture and the image you would have seen in the minute, she's got like the Roman hair like that. That's what they look like. The other humans look like. They look like sort of legionaries.
Okay.
In human form. So that's pretty cool. I'd be very excited if we started getting models of those units specifically from Ultramar, because they would be cool as hell.
Sick.
Yeah, it'll be sick.
So
then there's Diplomat Lucia Vesta, which just is a strategist, works on war councils. Kind of like, like when you play Dynasty Warriors Empires and you have like all the strategists that always seem to be quite smart. Yeah, that's what Lucia is basically, is that strategist. And then lastly is Donal Cornelius, who's an astropath. You need an astropath to navigate the warp. But he's a very strong and powerful astropath, and they deal with psychic communications, getting through the warp. This particular chap's been in service for God knows how long. Like, he's been there all the time. Do you know what I mean?
So you said navigate. I think it's a sat nav. Sorry.
Yeah, he is. He basically is a human sat nav.
Tom.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we should call him Tom. Yeah. Or call him Corcor for Cornelius, yeah. And all of these people come together to kind of make this like super strong team that help Titus orchestrate and take on Necron objectives and missions and stuff like that. So without them, I mean, this is for anyone, but without them, he wouldn't be able to orchestrate that. And there's one of those in every company. Mm-hmm. There's always the chapter mark, the company captain will always have someone, that team, to help him in that sense. But it looks really cool. It was nice to see some human characters from Ultramar with the theming and stuff, especially that captain of the auxiliary forces. I hope we get actual miniatures of those as well, especially because the narrative is going to be so focused on Ultramar and that sector. I hope we get more of that stuff. It probably means we'll get more Ultramarines, that's for sure. Yeah. But yeah, very cool. And then to switch it up, units wise, we obviously then had Necrosaur Amentor, which was the big Necron destroyer snake thing. It's said from the lore, it said that he's actually the reason why. So there's a destroyer curse within the destroyers, which basically means that it's there's two things. So there's the let me just double check what it's called. There's basically like what the Necrons deal with. So there's like the Necrons millennia ago, time ago, and the Necrons used to be fleshy. They were people. They got tricked by the ancient ones, and then were turned into mindless machines. And they're afflicted with that. And basically what that does is some Necrons have memories and some don't. And that's just a hierarchy class. But anyway, with the Destroyer curse, it turns the Destroyers completely, they remember nothing. They're just like, like berserkers or cannibals. They just operate like that. Yeah. So they just, but with this particular chap, Amentar, like he just seeks destruction of anything that's living. Doesn't matter what it is. He just wants to destroy stuff. So he's quite a big enemy. And even he's not friendly with other Necrons within the dynasties. Yeah. For example, like the Silent King, who's part of the recent narrative, he does not like him. It's even the Silent King tried to get rid of him at one point. So this guy's pretty bad news on all levels of 40k. Do you know what I mean? And so basically part of his purpose, and I guess from the narrative side, his goal is to bring back the Nightbringer, the Necron Nightbringer, and restore his ancient powers. And those powers are basically to end all life. And some Necrons even fear that Deathbringer coming back. So as I said, this guy is quite a significant
piece,
piece that's going to happen to the narrative, to the point where things like this, we're potentially going to see planets get destroyed. That everything's potentially going to, all sorts of stuff's going to kick off. Do you know what I mean? Stuff. Yeah, or everything's going to go off. So,
especially with Titus at the helm now. So yeah, a lot of things are.
Yeah, and
it's gonna.
It's not good for the Necrons because his presence can mess other Necrons up.
100%.
So like it's a whole thing. Do you know what I mean? So and yeah, so you're going to see it in the 500 Worlds, especially in the box. They announced the 500 Worlds Battalion box, which was originally leaked, and it has several destroyer units in it. Also has Hexmarks, Scorpek, and Ophidian, and also a couple of Lockhurst variant Necrons, like in their destroyer variants, the different types of destroyers.
Yeah.
And I think there's a Plasmacyst as well in there. There's loads of different stuff, but they're all, again, it's kind of like Titus's command squad. All of these destroyers in this box are designed to help Amentar achieve his goal of bringing back the Deathbringer, which is a Satan Shard, which I'll then get on to now. The Satan Shard of the Nightbringer is, as you know, we now know its existence and what Amatan's objective is. And he got slightly leaked, and I didn't pay much attention to it, but now I realise it was quite a significant leak actually, because this is quite the big bad, I guess, of this narrative, right?
Okay.
And his arrival is basically it's bad news to the Ultramarines because this sector is going to be under threat, not only from Amentar and his problem for what he wants to unleash and what he's going to do, but if the Nightbringer is brought back within the 500 worlds, he'll probably destroy most of the 500 worlds, and it might probably only end up being 5 worlds rather than 500 worlds. So yeah, there's like shards. He looks like the Grim Reaper. Again, I'll show, you've seen it anyway, and I'll put pictures up. But yeah, it's the Necrons and the narrative for the 500 worlds is going to be quite catastrophic, I think.
It's always going to be nuts.
Especially if it gets to the point where like Ultramar is threatened again, because Ultramar's been threatened a bunch of times. But yeah,
this time might look a bit different. Yeah, it's going to look a bit different.
And yeah, so the 500 world narrative, just to tie off this element of 40k, it's basically Titus fighting with the second company to sort of recapture sectors, keep sectors from the Necrons, and try and not be as affected by the destroyer curse as they're probably going to be, and all in the sake of defending Ultramar and the 500 worlds, basically. The set itself and the lore, you might have seen it, it's in a 4-book slipcase set. So there's 4 books. They've done this in previous editions before. So you have a volume that's just lore. Okay. So one of the books is going to primarily be based on lore, I guess for the 500 worlds, the narrative, where it's going. Yeah. Another will be filled with artwork and different miniature photography. I guess it's just going to be stuff from, again, each planets of the 500 worlds will probably be image.
The ones they put on the table. Was it something?
No, this is something else. I'll get to the table stuff. You jumped ahead. Yeah, that's even a different edition. Yeah,
I think there was a lot going on.
There was a lot. So artwork and miniature photography, you'll see that. There'll be War on the Vespertor Front, which is the book for the campaign. So you'll be able to play the games and follow along the story that way. And it'll have a few different battles and a few different strategic maps for that. And then a boarding actions supplement with new missions and maps, which is, again, boarding actions is all like fleet-based combat and kill team and stuff like that. So we'll probably see some of that still. But yeah, looks like a pretty cool setup. And I think, if I remember, I'm just reading. Yeah, so there'll also be detachments. So like when you're in the Warhammer app and you want to set up armies, there's going to be 6 more for each faction to be able to run different team layouts and different models and have different models in teams and stuff. So yeah, a lot of stuff. Very cool. And I'm glad they saved that till last, because that was a pretty cool. That whole thing was just like, I was like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. And then there's a little bit more 40k. So there's a couple other bits as well that I was going to bring up. We had Burek Stornbro. He's a legendary Cetonian berserker he's the Leagues of Votan, so like the dwarves, space dwarves.
Yes.
This way. Yep. He's also known as the War Breaker because of how many orcs he's killed.
Okay.
Like he's just relentless in getting rid of orcs. He's also got he was gifted with stone-like skin, I guess just an evolution from his race, and he's got different augmentations on him as well. You can see like he had all like a robot arm and like an eye and stuff like that. Yeah. And he lost his arm in a duel to a orc captain, and he's got the custom equipment for it as well. So he's got a long legacy of fighting with orcs. It was a pretty cool model, to be fair, as well. So it'll be cool to see him all painted up and fighting orcs in someone's game on YouTube. Another that I was very surprised at, and I thought was quite a cool move on GW's part, was the Twin Lance, Sunseer, and Scatterfire models for the Tau. So you know the mech looking ones. Do you remember them? They had the two halves of the color, blue and then normal color.
Yes, it's like split down the middle. Like yeah. I remember.
Yeah. So they're a bonded pair of Tau pilots, basically, because they're pilots in the bots, right? And they rose to where they are now because their commander died, and they had to obviously step up and help. And he died. They died. Their commander, Darkflame, died in a battle with the Gene Stealer cult. It seems to be Gene Stealers already. It was a Patriarch, to be specific, so it's a leadership class Gene Stealer. But yeah, that happened. And then, yeah, basically out of their grief, they formed their fighting style, which is, again, like the half and half elements. So they complement each other when in combat.
Was that the two robot-looking ones that looked like...
Yeah, it was half blue, and then the other half was like the normal pale colour.
But there was two robots, like two of them. Like
yeah, it was two mechs, yeah.
Two mechs, yeah. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah, because did one have a shield on it? Like a...
Yeah, and one had like a pistol with a shield, and the other had like a cannon. Yeah. Okay, good.
I do remember.
So they're armed with Warmaker battle suits, neocapacitor shields, and they convert enemy fire into concussive blasts. And again, one had like the pistols and stuff. The other one had like a cannon and like a fist thing. I can't remember specifically.
I think Thing said, or was it you who said on the stream you preferred it if you had two pistols or something like that?
Yes, if you could get two pistols with the shields. Yeah, sick. Yeah, now you remember.
I remember it.
Yeah. And that massive cannon's like a ion scatter cannon, so it's basically a laser shotgun, I guess, is the best way to explain it.
I was thinking about Metro Prime, like Samus.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
That would be crazy.
And I guess the cool thing about them is the previous leadership type hero that these two are. It was Darkblade, Fireblade? There's basically a unit before him who's kind of lost respect with the Tau hierarchy, so they've kind of replaced him in that being that like poster boy for the army and pushing their forces and stuff. So they're pretty cool. I like those two minis, and as I said, I'd like one if you can get the two pistols with the two shield, because I think that would look sick as hell.
That would look crazy.
And then lastly, on 40k, we have the Tyrannid Prime. So this was the chap that had the whip, the alien, the Tyrannid. Had 4 arms. One of them had a whip.
Was the whip split in two? Like it was like
maybe.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's the only one that looked like an alien.
Yeah. I know exactly what it was. Actually,
so he's got a lash
split
whip.
tail whip. Yeah,
yes,
split tail.
Split tail. There you go. Yeah.
I remember.
I'm not going to dwell on him.
Looked quite good.
It's funny you say that because a lot of the reaction online is like it's quite a basic model.
Yeah, it just looked good.
Yeah, like the only I guess people have probably been making that model without needing to have a specific. Tyrannid Prime has a whip. I guess that's the only real thing I'm going to go into on that. It's just melee focused. I'm sure it's going to have some level of like morale boosting technique for the Tyrannids using the whip and stuff like that. So, that was the Tyrannid Prime. Probably the least interesting of all of the announcements, but there we are. And so that's 40k. There was a lot of stuff for 40k.
Oh yeah,
40k got some love. I mean, there's a lot of stuff for. I'm just going through. I think it was Old World. Maybe.
I think Horace Heresy had a little bit, not too much, but
this guy, look, Horace Heresy, look, he's calling around now, mate. He's got it. So we'll go into Necromunda next, which is like I've told you, the big hive cities and the gang warfare type stuff. The thing that Chris likes, as I always say. Yeah. So I guess the thing that was pretty cool was Ozosteum Aranthus, the Divine Prince. This is the guy in the gold, really skinny.
Yeah.
So he's kind of significant for Necromunda because he is supposedly a human. Well, he's someone that lived before the Imperium existed. So back when it was like humanity and all of that stuff, like he's lived that long. So he's seen a world without the Imperium.
Yeah.
Which I guess means like his outlook on the Imperium and how he feels about it all stuff could be quite different.
Yeah.
To that.
Very subjective to... Yeah,
especially because I'll get to the narrative bit, but because of him, there's like a legion of Space Marines have basically given the planet he's on an ultimatum, ultimatum because of his, I guess that's the way he is, but I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, he looks like he acts and he looks like a demigod. I think he believes he's one as well when he's not really. He has an ability to sort of float around as well because he's got cyber enhancements.
Okay.
He was like, wasn't very well looked upon by others, but he's now got like his psychic gifts have put him in a better position. But I think because he's using his psychic gifts to make people be devout to him. So he's like, I guess all in all, he's kind of like a god, a demigod, but it's just that it's basically an evil guy that has powers to manipulate people. So he comes across like that. So he probably isn't in any shape or form, but because he can make people believe that. There we are. He looks cool. He looked
Yeah,
cool.
no, he looked really good.
Model. Then we got the Palatine Justicars. So these are basically like the Palatine enforcers. You know when I talked to you about like the Judge Dredd looking people, the police.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, so they're across Necromunda and 40k. They're in Necromunda before they bridge back into 40k. Okay. These Justicars are basically like those police officers, but specifically for the higher up rich class. So when like the noble houses are infighting and stuff like that, these guys are the ones that deal with them. Is basically what they look really cool. I think you had some really cool looking models as well. Some of the they had like the skull mask one and stuff. I thought was pretty cool.
Okay.
And yeah, they're basically like bailiffs, security guards for the, as I said, for the higher ups. You know, like if you can't pay, we'll take it away. But in the 40k universe, you know what I mean?
There you go.
And yeah, they're pretty cool. I think they're a different take. I didn't think you could get like Palatine Enforcers, but without all the armor and stuff. So having them sort of clothed up and looking a bit regal is pretty cool. And then lastly, we had the Ironhead, Squat Charter, and Drill Master. So this is more the dwarves, but the Necromunda dwarves. They're basically prospectors, so they're just miners. They're but both the charter, the Squat Charters, and the Drill Masters kind of work one in the same. They work alongside each other to sort of manipulate and manage mining crews and the operations of those. The Exo Masters specialize in deep mining, chemical harvesting, and they thrive in like elements, you know, like chemical environments and any hostile stuff.
Yeah.
The box will have 2 leadership type units. Will be one for the Charter and one for the Drill Master, and then 2 Techmite Autoveyors, which are just like big drill robots. It looked like pretty cool stuff. You have to go back and look at it. But yeah, I think if you're into the Space Dwarves and Necromunda, I think, and you're collecting them, it's a pretty good kit to pick up and add in. And then yeah, so the narrative for Necromunda is obviously the chap I just talked about, Aranthus. He's in the Spire of Primus, which is another hive city. Okay. And he claims the city. He says it belongs to him. It's his. And it disrupted the planetary tithe. So what that planet gives to the Emperor and the Imperium, he's disrupted it and said we're not doing it, which has prompted the Imperial Fists to basically give his house 100 days to get their shit together, basically. And if not, the Imperial Fist will invade and regain control of the Spire.
Take it all back.
Yeah, that's it. That's literally what they're going to do. And again, especially because, and it's significant, not significant, but it's crazy because it's Imperial Fists, because Imperial Fists are they specialize in siege and defend warfare. So if Imperial Fists are telling you they're going to siege in 100 days, you best believe they're going to get in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not playing.
And so amid all of that going on, like some of the different lords and ladies of that spire are leaving. So this Aranthus guy is going to end up being the only guy there. So it's going to be hard to have any insurrections to stop him outside of the Imperial Fist turning up. So we'll see. But there is one lady hero. She's basically come back to claim her birthright because she's saying that her family has the right to be in charge of the spire and stuff like that. So there might be some gang warfare and stuff as well in there. So Necromunda's looking like it's got quite a bit of a narrative to go as well. Everything's happening. All of these games are getting some crazy narrative for 40, because Necromunda's set in 40k, but all of these games, like all of this stuff's going to, because I'm sure this Hive City not giving their tithe to the Imperium may affect the Ultramarines from a supply point of view and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So who knows? But yeah, there's 40k and Necromunda, lots of Cool. And all these models are plastic. Sometimes you don't always get plastic models for Necromunda, so it's good to see more plastic. That's all of the fantasy, the sci-fi. I'm saying fantasy. That's all of the sci-fi.
Yeah.
For 40k anyway. We've got Legions Imperialis and Horus Heresy. But that's, set at a different time. We did get a small smidgen of Old World, which I'll cover now, and which was the Grand Cathay, which is like the Oriental, Asian-inspired army.
Yes, I saw that.
The box. Yeah. Basically, to keep it short, it's a new box. It's a reinforcement box. They said in the stream, if you watched it or if you do watch it, they said in the stream that while you can get this box as a new player, it's more designed to be a bolster box for a pre-existing army, which is fine. They do that all the time. I've bought boxes like that before just to bolster my army. Even Cities of Sigmar, I bought the army box, but I can get another box that adds units I didn't get in the army box.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it still works. And in this it includes then all new units. So you get Crane Gun Team, Iron Hell Gunners, and Croman accompanied Astromancers. They all featured in the Defenders of the Great Bastion Army Reinforcement set, which is this box. And their rules appear in the Arcane Journal, The Breaching of the Great Bastion, which details the specific siege to why these guys are coming about and the narrative for why these units are now appearing and stuff like that. And it adds new army lists and different scenarios, the Battle of Nanli as well, into the Grand Army of Cathay's narrative and story, which is pretty cool. What I'm going to do, because there's Black Library, so there's some book stuff as well, I know. Yes. I'm going to cover Legions Imperialis first because the book is a Horus Heresy book, and then I'll move into the units of the Horus Heresy. So we had Legions Imperialis, which is, for those that remember, is epic scale 40k, tiny little small scale models. Yeah, like 8mm, 4 whatever millimeter it is. So heavy reinforcements. Legion Imperialis expands with the Saturnine Terminators, Dreadnoughts, and the Arcanine platform. So the Saturnine box I talked about before with the Terminators, where they've got the big shoulders. They're getting released for Imperialis now.
Nice.
They're all bundled into the battle group alongside siege tanks and aircraft. We're getting super heavy tanks like the Fachelon, Ascalon, and the Fellblade, and Glaive and the Glaive tank as well. So all big, heavy, massive tanks, a bit like a Baneblade. 2 combined arms battle groups offer balanced forces for both Solo Auxilia and Legions Astartes as well. So there's a couple of new boxes there. And then we're going to have more rules and lore that appear in the Ruin of the Salamanders, which is basically details the Drop Site Massacre, which is where Saturnine stuff is set. So the Drop Site Massacre, new stuff about the Salamanders, all that stuff. So, yeah, not a lot with Legion Imperialis. So, Black Library, Horus Heresy Collection. So, they announced that they're making a big book that collects all key books that involve the Horus Heresy Collection.
Yes.
Which is obviously 30k set before, how basically, we talked about it before. So, I wasn't too sure what books would be in there. So, obviously, I double checked. And it's 12 books, but it's actually pretty much, bar the first 4 books that are basically like the easy story to follow. After the first 4 books, it all branches out. There's all different books and lore that you can read into. This basically just follows, it looks like the main book releases in a timeline order, so not all of the extra like side books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the 12 books in this collection are Horus Rising, False Gods, Galaxy in Flames, and Flight of the Eisenstein. Those are the first 4 books anyway. Then you have Fulgrim, The First Heretics, Prospero Burns, Know No Fear, Betrayer, Praetorian, The Master of Mankind, and Slaves to Darkness. So 12 books, and those are all done by different authors. So Dan Abnett's done a lot of them because he's written a lot of stuff. Dan Abnett, Graham McNeil, Ben Counter, James Swallow, Dembski Bowden, and John French. So there's lots of big writers for Games Workshop. But yeah, this is a pretty cool book, I think. I've started buying these books individually. I bought the first 3 books on their own.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, I bought the
first. That was streamers.
Yeah. I bought the first 3 books anyway. I think I will still pick this up, just from the point of view of like having one book where I can just read. Because I did it with Gaunt's Ghost. I bought all the omnibuses digitally, and then started picking up the single books on the side of that. But I think what I'll do is I'll buy this book.
Just wait and buy this,
physically. And I could still read the first 3 books that I've got. That's fine. And then, so, it's pretty cool. Nice collection. I think that was a nice little extra thing for me. It felt like a little extra thing to get out of that stream.
True.
So, yeah. then Horus Heresy, I'm just checking what I've got. So we've got Horus Heresy, then I've got Age of Sigmar, and then I've got Darkwater, because we had some new stuff about Warhammer Quest Darkwater, the Jade Abbey stuff. So there's that as well. So, Horus Heresy, we had the Skitarii Battle Pilgrim. So this is basically the AdMech of 40k and 30k. And they were before they became the AdMech that we know about, Adeptus Mechanicus that we know now. They're plastic kits, and they're led by Battle Quillian Marshall, and they're supported by a big robot. It was the Stratos Automata. It was like a little robot orb thing that was flying around, if you remember. It was a big circle robot thing. Vaguely, you probably remember, yeah. They're close and agile infantry is what they're designed to be, and this is the first debut of getting any Skitarii units in the Horus Heresy, because up until then it was your typical stuff. And so we'll get a new book, the Journal Tactica Skitarii. They'll have new army lists, new relic mission packs and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. People are really excited for these. I saw a lot of stuff after the fact where people were like, please let us play these in 40k, because they have like the torn up clothing and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
I thought they looked pretty cool. But yeah, Skitarii Battle Pilgrims is pretty cool. Then we also got the new Cataprachi Terminators and Breacher squads for Horus Heresy. Cataprachi Terminators are pretty popular in 30k from my understanding. But they're getting an up-to-date plastic kit with the Terminators and with the Terminators, and then also the Breacher squads are getting an up-to-date plastic kit as well. The Breachers are the guys with the shields where they had the bolters in the little side of the shield firing it out.
What's it called? The
Breachers.
I think that's the one I liked.
Yeah, they have like the shield there, and you could. Yeah, God.
I think that's a good picture. I had some pictures.
And these will. So the kits when they come out include 12 Terminators with varied loadouts. Then you can make 10 Breachers with new upgrade parts, and a Leviathan Dreadnought with siege weapons, plus a transfer sheet when that stuff comes out.
It actually was
the Breachers. Yeah, those are the Breachers.
Was the Breachers.
Yeah, it's the Breachers. Like, okay,
I actually did like that one.
Yeah. How funny is that? Yeah, the Breachers are cool, man.
Yeah, that was good.
And then before I move on to Sigmar and Darkwater, lastly was Warhammer animation. So we got some animation stuff. So they did a new trailer for lots of new TV shows for Warhammer Plus. We had the Sisters of Battle. We had new Aldari content, World Eaters. We had some Black Talon season finale, which is Age of Sigmar. And they'll all be able to stream basically from the new year. I think a couple of them will be this year, and then the rest of the new content for Warhammer Plus will be beginning of next year.
I didn't know about Warhammer Plus. I never heard of it. And
yeah, you never heard of it?
Never knew this existed.
I brought it up before.
You might have probably said something, but I just.
But I think, do you know what it is? It's because
that trailer looked crazy. I know it's got back and forth with different animation stuff and cartoon. Like it was doing different stuff. There's loads of stuff going on. But yeah, I actually want to start watching the Warhammer Plus. That looks crazy.
As I said, the thing is it doesn't have a TV app. So
yeah,
you can only consume it. But for you, it's great because you use it on the train and stuff. So, yeah, I'll show you later on.
Yeah.
Right, so Darkwater and Age of Sigmar got massive Nurgle love. So we know the big enemy in Darkwater is going to be Nurgle.
Yeah.
Age of Sigmar got lots of Nurgle stuff.
Yep.
We got the Maggotkin of Nurgle, so all the knights have returned. Their rules and stuff will be in the Battletome Maggotkin of Nurgle. We had the Festus Leech Lords, the big guy that was on the big leech monster, looked wicked. We had the Sloven Knights, Putrid Blight Kings, Fevered Rot Swords, and the Disease-Spreading Pestigors. All of the Nurgle stuff looked wicked. Like, I'm not a big Nurgle player, but this stuff looked awesome.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Wicked. And the book, and they'll have a book that introduces the updated army rules. We'll have a new spearhead. There's a new spearhead coming out called the Bubonic Cell, which is coming with an army box. Then there's Regiments of Renowned, including the Pustles, and 2 armies of renown, one embracing the cycle of corruption, and the other led by the Horotoculus Slimuks. So there's lots of Nurgly stuff. And then there'll be a book, I think it is The Path of Glory Blighted Wild Campaign, and it's going to add a narrative with, obviously, again, different battle plans and maps and stuff like that, but it looks like they'll be fighting the cities of Sigmar, look like to be the typical enemy, because on the cover of that book, you've got cities of Sigmar fighting Nurgle, but lots of cool stuff. As I said, the Leech Lord riding the massive leech looks wicked for Age of Sigmar, so that was pretty cool. And then Warhammer Darkwater. So there was a lot to unpack. It was big. It looked wicked. The Nurgle stuff in this box.
Yeah, and the Dark Water one looks insane.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So, I'll start with the heroes. So we got 3 extra heroes. We got Kelthanor, which was the Elven Centaur. We then got Drasha Von, which was, the guy that looked like a beast.
Yes.
Kind of like a bear. He's basically a shape-shifting warrior class, like, place that he comes from. And then we've got Jacobus Vine, which was
talking about the Rampaging Beast.
And then we've got Jacobus Vine, which was the Jade Wizard with the forest sprite, the little green forest dog.
Yeah, the Jade Wizard, yeah.
He looked cool.
Yeah, he does. Almost like Gandalf.
Yes, a little bit. Yeah. So Dark Water, so just as a quick reminder, it's a replayable co-op dungeon crawling game, 1 to 4 players, set in the corrupted wilds of Garan, and you can basically replay it several times because of the maps that you get and all the cards and everything that's included. It's designed to replay this game several times over. You're going to defend the Jade Abbey from Demon Prince Gelgus Pust from corrupting the rest of the Jade Abbey in the Everspring, which is basically a sacred source of life tied to Aloriel, which we've talked about before, which is like an elven god spirit. This box is going to feature 49 push-fit miniatures, including heroes, demons, and corrupted mortals, like the Cankerborn, Blight Templars, the Pox Wretches. Gameplay unfolds across the 38-page flat map that you can use with 18 modular maps, so 18 ways to play the game and follow the narrative through. There'll be 300 cards covering encounters, rewards, and different modifiers and different surprises for the game. Each campaign spans 3 acts, branching into different scenarios, side quests, more unlockable content for the characters, like leveling them up, much like D&D. With sessions can last as short as 30 minutes and go up to 10 to 14 hours. So again, it's very much in the essence of D&D is what this box is going to be. And I think this does a better job than what Cursed City did.
14 hours, sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. It's a cool bit of kit. Dark Waters, and so the box is going to have dice, tokens, deck boxes for all the cards, quick start guides. It's perfect for, like, if me and you wanted to play, or if I'm going to play with others that have obviously played, like the Hobby Night, if we had a box of it, obviously playing with them, the experience will vary.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff, and it's just, again, it's the story about fighting Nurgle and the corruption of Nurgle, basically. But yeah, some of those Nurgle units looked insane.
Yeah. The Blight Templars are absolutely
they're sick.
Insane.
Yeah, crazy. And the boss, what is his name? The prince with the massive horns. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I actually enjoyed that. Look at it there.
Now that's...
I don't know what to... I want to buy some of this stuff, but I don't know where to begin. Like, it looks...
Look, I always say to people stuff like that, if there's a way to split the cost of the box...
Yeah.
Then because you're that type of box, you're only ever going to play with people. So I could buy it just for the miniature, sure, but like if you're splitting it with someone and know you're going to play it, it makes sense to split it with people. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's everything from the reveal stream. That was a lot of time. My throat is hoarse. I was a bit bunged up last few days. So yeah, I think there's some really cool stuff. I think my biggest takeaway is it's tossed between Dark Water's full reveal and Titus. I think those are my 2 biggest takeaways.
I'm probably the same. Especially obviously the Titus thing just literally blew me away as well. Just that was just
crazy.
But yeah, there was just so much, so much. Even like say the books, like how they had like you flip the page and it was like you had the
map, of this crazy.
and everything. Yeah, it was just
it's cool.
There's a lot to cram. How was it? 2 hours long? I think that's.
It ended up being because they had lots of technical.
Technical issues.
Yeah. We're not getting to that, GW. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for you this week. As I said, no 3 models because there's no way I'd have got through that in time. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've got.
That's it. All right, guys. I guess that's the end of the show.
Yeah. We'll have a special episode next week, much like before. So look out for that. It's going to be slightly different.
Yes, slightly different next week. Hopefully that's going to be fun. I can't wait for that, actually. But yeah, as I say, check us out on Twitch every Thursday. Last week was my turn. I took over the stream. I had so much fun. Me and my daughter were playing Fortnite. Go check out the video. It's there right now. I guess we may put clips up online or maybe put the video over. We'll try and do something. I know there's a lot of music playing in that, so we'll try and do something for you guys. But yeah, apart from that, we're on it. Obviously on Instagrams, I'm on Gaming Party Pro. If you need a party or anything, just hit me up on there. Starline Forge.
Your miniatures.
And everything like that, yes. All that goodness. And we'll catch you next week, guys.
Have a good one.
In a bit, guys.